Hi, this is CaseStudyQB, and I'm going to show you how I filled out my New Jersey ballot, who I voted for, the interesting thing I discovered while researching my local candidate. You know I voted for Bernie. I know I voted for Cory Booker. And lastly, the super shady stunt my local mayor pulled to promote Biden, Booker, and Bonnie. Yes, Bonnie Watson Coleman, who is an established progressive. Yes, I said establishment progressive. I will explain later. The first person I'm voting for is Bernie Sanders. I want him to get as many delegates to the convention as possible so they can help influence the Democratic platform. I noticed Peter Jacobs' name as a delegate. He ran in 2018 as a Justice Democrat, so it's good to see that he is still active and fighting the good fight. I knew I wasn't voting for Cory Booker. He attacked Obama from the right.
Portraying Romney as a heartless corporate raider is central to the Obama campaign, which is why it was so shocking when one of the White House's favorite Democrats said the attacks make him sick.
This kind of stuff is nauseating to me on both sides. It's nauseating to the American public. Enough is enough. Stop attacking private equities.
It was a smackdown from one of the Democratic Party's hottest stars, often seen as a protege of Obama himself.
In 2012 and in 2017, he voted against re-importing cheaper pharmaceutical drugs from Canada when even Ted Cruz voted for it. Bonnie Watson Coleman is actually a pretty good progressive. She signed on to the Green New Deal and Medicare for All. The reason I call her an establishment progressive is because she is a reliable vote for Nancy Pelosi.
Pretty much even the progressive Democrats, figures like Barbara Lee and Maxine Waters and Bonnie Watson Coleman, don't really break too much with Speaker Pelosi. And that's, I think, what distinguishes Presley Omar and a figure like Bowman.
And doesn't challenge her in public from the left. Ultimately, this is more of a vote not against Bonnie, but for Lisa McCormick, who ran for the Senate against Robert Menendez back in 2018, and I really admire the fact that she was one of the few Democrats to challenge. I also admire how Lisa McCormick has the courage to speak out against her own progressive leader. A recent article revealed how she called out Bernie Sanders on Twitter for not endorsing New Jersey progressive candidates, including Lawrence Ham for Senate against Cory Booker. Lawrence Ham served as the New Jersey chairman of the Bernie Sanders for President campaign. I found out about the next 6 local positions mainly because I watched a League of Women Voters candidate forum. I initially was looking for each position to have their own website. I tried to Google them but couldn't find even the visual sites. I found out from David Rutherford in the forum debate while he was giving his closing statement that he did have a website, and that website was plainfieldstrong.com, which he shares with Emily Morgan. Also, I found out about a local progressive organization that I never knew about before called Progressive Democrats of Union County. Now, the local positions didn't have their own website each, but I did find information about them on the Progressive Democrats of Union County's website. I guess this was a way for them to help save money and they can promote themselves and promote their positions. I voted down column A, which has the tagline, "Not me, us." And I'm wondering, since Brandon is helpful, if this should be the new rally cry moving forward in future elections for progressives, instead of rebranding every election cycle. I remember last time they had "Our Revolution" as a tagline, and before that they had various taglines that had the word progressive in there. But maybe "Not me, us" and building a brand around that would be helpful moving forward. In the UK, they have the tagline, "For the many, not the few." Finally, my mayor tried to pull a fast one by sending a political mailer that looked very similar to an official mail-in ballot. It crossed out progressive candidates and highlighted the candidates he endorsed. The mayor received a lot of criticism for it. An article was written in a local online newspaper on how people were confused by the political mailer being a real ballot or not. So in conclusion, this is what I learned, and this is what I would like you guys to take from this video. Get your ballot ahead of time. Usually it will come in the mail, or contact your local election office to find out how you can get your ballot ahead of time. Here's the website. Look up the candidates you do not know. This is a very helpful way to find out if they're connected to any local organizations that you did not know about, and hopefully you can help support those local organizations or go to a meeting, and let's build the progressive movement locally. Let me know if you found this clip to be helpful, and also if you found out any interesting things while you went out and did your research on your candidates.